Hi everyone. I'm Matt, and this is James. For everybody that hasn't met us yet, I'm extremely proud that Eric has chosen me to be the best man. I don't know why James is up here with me, honestly, but I know, seeing as we're the only groomsmen, I thought it was the right move.
But I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I'm up here is to babysit you. And I've been doing it all weekend. It's been pretty exhausting, Mike, but we got through 18, so thank you for that. So we wanted to thank a few people before we got started, and I also want to just thank you, Eric and Kate, for allowing us to be a part of this. We're honored to be up here speaking on your behalf and about you, so best of luck.
Yeah, we, Mr. and Mrs. Barron, thank you for having us. Obviously, Bill and Shelley, I mean, you put up with us for decades. I mean, I don't know, I'm sure you're capable, but I know it hasn't always been easy. But, as we were writing this speech and kind of brainstorming ideas, we kind of came to realize that Eric may have had a few moments of regret in having me be the best man and James, because I don't think we did anything. Like, I mean, besides show up, like, he never gave us anything to do. He never, he just kind of gave us the rundown on all the situations. We asked if we wanted, if you need our help, but we really didn't do much, so. But looking back on the first time I ever met Eric, my first encounter with Eric was on opposing teams, and I was playing baseball, and I picked him off. And Eric was known for his speed, okay? He was like the fastest human being on the planet. Anybody who's known Eric, especially back in the day, it was legendary, especially when you're in middle school. And, but I picked him off. And I think that was the first and the last time I've ever picked anybody off. But I know he remembers it. And then I ended up playing with Todd, our coach back there, and Tej. But yeah, that was my first encounter with Eric, and I'll never forget it.
So my encounter was a little bit different, and Matt's probably going to talk a little bit about this more, but Bill coached all of our teams growing up, and the first time I met Eric was at a tryout for basketball, and Matt and Tej and Eric, we've all been really tight friends since we were really little, and I was kind of new to the group, and I was at this tryout, and I've never seen somebody play defense so well as Eric. I mean, he was fast, and he was almost out of control, and you missed every layup after you stole the ball, and all that work for nothing, but he had heart and desire, and then there was Matt, and Matt was wearing like a Wendy's shirt, shooting free throws with two hands. And I was just like, what group of people is this? But it has been a great group the whole time, and my experience has been awesome. You've been with my wife and I from the beginning, and so thank you for letting me be a part of it.
We looked into a lot of best man speeches over the years, YouTube, and a bunch of other stuff like that. And the majority of them, you kind of roast them about his exes and the women in the past. James and I looked at each other and decided, done. I'm just kidding. But this is kind of we're not going to tell you most of the stories for Eric's sake and our own, but one that kind of a high school story that we really love. I don't know if this is that's funny, but Eric stayed. This is the first time we ever had girls stay over after a dance. It was like a big deal. It was a huge thing. It was at our buddy JT's house where only that would fly. But,
wait, this is in high school?
It was in high school. It was after like prom. It might have been senior prom. It might have been, the last one. But it's not even what you think. Like, okay, I had a date. She was kind of boring. TJ, we were trying to think of right there. Give us a wave, thanks. We were trying to think who his date was, and we decided she must have left early. We don't remember. I know, we don't remember. James was with his now wife, which is pretty amazing. So he didn't get to join in on the but Eric's stayed the Weeze. Eric, we're falling asleep on probably really uneventful night, because that's usually how they were. And we look over and somebody's snoring so bad that it was like alarming. We didn't know what was going on. And we look over and Eric, they're on the couch or whatever, and Eric pops his head up and goes, "It's not me." It's not me. What do you mean? And so from now on, she's always been the Weeze, but we all left. James stayed, his wife, and we went to, I think, Denny's and had a pretty epic night. Eric has always been the best wingman anybody could ever ask for. I mean, he's been there for me through everything, honestly.
But I think at some point, Eric stopped being the wingman, and we started hearing about somebody else, not Tube Top Tracy or the Weeze or any of the rest of them. And there were a couple of funny names along the way. But I don't know if I missed any. But we started hearing about this girl. Eric had been traveling. He'd been all over, been from coast to coast. He was in England for a while, and so. You kind of go your separate ways with your friends, but you still remain close. And Eric started telling us about this girl that he really liked. He met when he moved out here, and we were kind of not sure how he was doing and just how school was going. But he seemed really excited about her. And first thing he said is she's a yoga instructor, and so we thought she's really spiritual and she's limber and all these things. And you are. I mean, you are. But how we doing, boys? We heard, and I mean that like in a great yoga way. But she obviously made an impact on him from the get-go, and so. That was obvious, and we knew that Kate was going to be a part of our group and our family in the not too distant future.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of stories with Kate. We will, I'm sure. We'll have a ton to make up for. Her parents have been nothing short of amazing. Their story's been incredible. Mike is Chuck Norris of Brentwood. You're the man, is what we're saying. You're the man. But Kate's been incredible. Honestly, one of the most strongest, most amazing women we've come across. I know Eric is thankful and lucky. I know every day I'm thankful that Eric found her. Obviously, the situation these past few months has been hard, but I mean, if anybody can get through it, it's you. So.
So, with that, we wanted to share a few words and probably wrap this up for right reasons. but honestly, guys, I wanted to share a few things with you. And, in the beginning, marriage is this exciting, new adventure. But that newness and that adventure never really leaves, because the different things you guys have to go through and encounter throughout your lives is kind of what continues to bring you closer, right? So sometimes those are great things and those are funny times, and sometimes they're not so good. But you need to relish those times, because that's when you guys truly get to see who each other is, and you're actually more reminded than you are in the good times of why you married one another. And so with that, I just want to wish you a blessed marriage and know that we'll always be there for you as well. I look forward to many more years with both of you.
There you go. Put those hands together. A trip down memory lane. Outstanding words by so many people. Loved ones. A big round of applause. Family and friends, we want you to sit back and relax. We're going to open up with your main course stations, the waitstaff here.